Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest.
आर्मी वाले का बेटा, how come IT?
दादाजी भी आर्मी में थे.
Okay.
फिर मेरे पापा आर्मी में थे.
तो IT गाय ने कॉमेडी करके लड़की पटा ली. अच्छा. Okay. But who gave this name, यार, stand-up comedian?
पता नहीं.
What about your life partner? How she responded when you were
She took
here?
it well because she had seen me grow.
Okay.
From being a very. We got our first ever cover page of a magazine. It was called Wow Magazine.
Oh, wow, okay. Celebrity from Tollywood.
I don't remember if they've seen my show. I think KTR had.
So one person you cannot make fun of.
One person, my wife.
What about the Tollywood side?
The Tollywood side, one of
Like
my
Telugu
favorite
actors.
actors has always been Rana.
Rana Garu. So what was your first salary, remember, in IT?
My first salary was.
What you did with that?
I gave a gift to my parents.
Very good. What was that gift?
And then I called him up कि पैसा खत्म हो गया पापा वापस.
Which one is your favorite? Just I wanted something you can show it to our.
One of my favorite actors is this guy called Pankaj Tripathi.
Arey, I love him, रे.
देखिए रोहित, हम एक बात बता रहे हैं. ड्रीम करेंगे but iDream नहीं करेंगे.
अरे वाह! iDream में आना है तो बड़ा ड्रीम करो.
करो. आवाज निकालो.
So well, today my guest is special. Well, I don't want to introduce him because I want he should introduce me. So it's the first time he's a stand-up comedian and we are doing a sitting interview with the stand-up comedian, I must say, Rohit. So let me first welcome you. My welcome and the entry part or the opening part was simple. So how will you do it for me?
Should I invite you to the show or not?
Yeah, you can. We can.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest on this show is Neha from iDream Media. We all dream, but this is iDream Media. And thank you so much, Neha, for coming to my show.
Yeah, please.
Now, please, you can ask me questions.
Exactly.
Guest at this show, ask me
because
questions.
In your show, you know, most of the time you are doing everything and just people are giving you one feedback.
I hope so. They give me throughout my career.
You know, that's a big thing, you know, when you make people laugh. It's a big thing what you're doing. So it's a work of like a good doctor also, I must say. Because the doctors always say laughing is the best medicine.
Absolutely.
And you guys are doing that. You should be proud of that.
But the only thing is I cannot add the term DR in front of my name because I was bad at studies. So
I think in the future we can think of doctor stand-up comedians. So that was a great interview and thank you so much, Rohit, for taking our time. And I was watching some of your videos and I was just loving it. Like the way you admire Hyderabad traffic, the way you admire Hyderabad biryani, and you're flourishing all over the states, you know.
Right.
So I just want to know your journey, like how come in Hyderabad? What kind of a person you're, from where you are? Tell me.
Okay, so I'll
the people wants to know.
So a lot of people want to actually know this. कि मैं कहाँ से हूँ,
किधर से आ गया छोकरा ये?
कैसे आया? So I'm actually from Odisha because I was born to parents who were Odia.
Okay.
And then a lot of my early years I was in Uttar Pradesh, in UP, because my father was in the army.
Oh,
so
great.
He was posted there. He was roaming around the country, but I was in UP. I did my studying, schooling, everything over there. And then I came for my first job to Hyderabad.
Oh.
So it was an IT company. And
So army वाले का बेटा, how come IT?
So अभी कैसा है ना हालत, जैसे मेरे दादाजी भी आर्मी में थे.
Okay.
फिर मेरे पापा आर्मी में थे.
तो पूरी, I mean all the generation was in army.
सोसाइटी का पूरा एक्सपेक्टेशन था कि मैं भी आर्मी ज्वाइन करूंगा.
Yes.
But अब नहीं हुआ. मेरी
Why?
आंखें कमजोर थी उस समय.
Okay. So medically you were like, okay.
So I was actually, when my family knew that he is not going to join the army, they were in shock. My grandfather didn't eat for 2 days, thinking कि how come this person is not joining the army? How come the third generation is not joining the army?
Yes,
so my father was in the Indian army. My grandfather was in the British army. So it's a very prestigious thing which runs in the family.
And for our country also.
Yeah. So then I was supposed to, but I didn't. But it's okay. Life had some other plans. And then I started my job in Hyderabad. worked for a few years in IT along with stand-up comedy that had started, and then now I do stand-up comedy full time.
So what kind of IT guy you are? Like normal 9 to 5 ka job, and when you realize that I'm not made for this, or I should try this, and I think stand-up comedian is not much aware now. I think the flow.
Right,
I think
right,
that time, how long? Like
so I started
so many years, and people not aware about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I came here in 2011.
Yeah.
I started doing stand-up in 2013, end of the year. And it's already been 10 years since I'm actively doing stand-up.
Okay.
But professionally, अगर आप देखें तो it was a gradual process for me. Like I never left my job thinking कि मुझे लाइफ में यही करना है, मैं यही अब मेरा जीवन है. It was a gradual call because I got married in between. So for me it was
love marriage.
Love marriage.
Oh, so IT guy ने comedy करके लड़की पटा ली. अच्छा, okay, that also we come to know. Okay, so then.
So it was a gradual process of me realizing that stand-up is now overpowering my job in terms of everything, in terms
the
of
response,
how the response is, how I have grown in my career, financially also. So once that happened, I knew I was ready to do this full time.
But who gave this name, yeah, stand-up comedian? Or comedy? From where it came?
पता नहीं.
Because in movies we see, he's doing a comedian role. He's a villain. So stand-up comedian, मतलब खड़े होके stand करके,
So
like people think like that.
The whole art form is about an artist standing on stage and telling jokes. So that's why stand-up. अब comedian तो पता नहीं that.
So 10 years back, like how people used to take when you're doing a comedy, they used to take it, अरे हाँ, he's just putting a joke apart, or just making environment थोड़ा cool कर रहा है. They don't take it so professionally कि हाँ, this can be a profession.
It was then, it had just started. So if you see, stand-up is there since a lot of years in India, like Raju Srivastava, Johnny Lever, all these people had been doing stand-up.
Yes.
They started in an era where stand-up was not known to people.
Yes,
it was an absolute unknown entity.
Yes.
We are lucky that stand-up TV पे already आ चुका था.
हाँ.
And people had some of the idea कि क्या होता है stand-up, but English स्टाइल का स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी जो है वो हम लोग के टाइम स्टार्ट हुआ था.
And I think youngsters are also getting so attracted. People used to think only youngsters will get attracted. But as the years are growing, I think all age groups, I see 60 years ke couple, all age groups are getting into this.
I do a lot of these private events wherein sometimes I have to play to 60-year-old couples only.
Yes.
There are like 10-15 of them.
Okay.
But they are so much into stand-up.
Yeah.
Like not even young people are there. तो उन लोगों को भी काफी अच्छा लगता है. And it's an art form which pleases to all age groups also.
And I think it's very challenging, it's like just like a director, you are the director, you are the script writer.
Yeah, everything
you guys are doing, like you don't have a background, an actor hota hai, he had all the team, right? So how you guys get into that pressure? Because people think, अरे comedy कर रहा है, हम हंस के जा रहे हैं, but the background work, the stress, the work, how it works.
So if I do an hour show on stage, for the audience, it's just an hour show, but that an hour show usually takes a year to develop. Usually. A comedian will take a year to develop and hone these jokes.
Okay.
So we have to write our own jokes. We take these jokes to an open mic. Open mic is a place where we try our new jokes in front of an audience.
Okay.
So those jokes will be at this level. Then maybe अगले show में और improve होगा, and then finally we take it to a bigger show. So every stand-up artist that you see across the world, they all start with these small jokes. They hone it up, and then in nearly a year's time, they have that full show ready.
So I mean, when you were dating or you were getting married, family में पूछते हैं यार लड़का कितना कमाता है, how much he earns, or he's having a permanent job, and nowadays people ask government job. So what you said, it's a stand-up comedian. I think in the future we can say the guy is doing stand-up comedian. How people take it now?
So now I think people are taking it nicely. Somewhat what people used to take like few years back, because it wasn't a popular.
What happened to your case?
In my case, I still had a job when I got married, but I told them about my plan that this is my eventual goal. I will move completely over there.
How seriously taken this?
And my father-in-law had no clue कि ये क्या
होता है. बोल क्या रहा है?
वो तो मैं उनको समझा रहा था कि हमारे इवेंट होते हैं, तो उनको लगा कि ये इससे तो पैसा नहीं कमाएगा. तो he actually asked me this question कि अच्छा तुम्हारा शो खत्म हो जाएगा तो तुम केटरिंग करके पैसे कमाओगे. तो जीवन में यही बचा था मेरे सुनने को.
And what about your life partner, how she responded when
She
you were
took
there?
it well because
Yeah.
she had seen me grow in
Okay.
this, from being a very, so every time a stand-up comic, a person wants to do stand-up,
Yes.
they think they are very funny. So I always thought ki in my school gang, college gang, I'm the funniest.
You used to be like that only.
Absolutely, the
Never-
funniest guy
yeah.
in all groups.
Gang.
But the moment this funniest guy goes on stage,
Huh.
you realize ki, oh no, this is not easy.
Exactly.
This is being that guy in a circle
Huh.
and to do it on stage are two very different things.
Exactly.
Then I realized that this is not easy at all. I failed so many times. In front of her also, I
Yes,
failed so
yes.
many times. And then she's now seen my growth. So, in fact, one of the most beautiful incidents which I had when my father-in-law and mom-in-law had come down to see me.
Huh.
So, I remember my mom-in-law at a bookstore at a mall, and coincidentally at that time, me and a couple of other guys from the scene, we got our first ever cover page of a magazine. It was called Wow,
Oh,
Wow
wow.
magazine.
Okay, yeah.
So it was just out in the same week probably, and my mom-in-law was supposed to, she was
Proud
at that
moment.
shelf. And then she was like, "हाँ, इतना
कुछ
खराब
कर
नहीं
रहा है,
है."
कुछ तो कर रहा है.
And you go to that small town back again, and you
Yes.
tell your like
Yes.
neighbors also कि नहीं हमारा ना ये
कर
हमारे
रहा
होने
है.
वाले.
And more of the thing you think after the social media, वो कहते हैं ना घी में और आग लग गई है. So like you think this social media has somewhere taken this profession into an upper level?
Yeah, that has catapulted a lot.
That time I think social media
नहीं था,
was
नहीं
not
था.
much.
So I'll tell you, 2013, 14, 15 तक stand-up was more कि people used to say कि अच्छा वहाँ stand-up comedy show हो रहा है, हम जाके हम देख के आते हैं. But when the actual power of social media started and our videos started reaching to places, it went viral. The term viral.
Yes, viral. आजकल viral fever के बाद ये viral हो गया है.
So अभी क्या है? अभी people come for the artist. They don't come for stand-up comedy. They come for a Zakir Khan, or they come for me.
Yes.
They come for the artist.
Yes.
They don't come for the art form. So
Yes.
it's gone down to that level now. They want to come for the
कि
artist.
रोहित हंसा के ही भेजेगा.
It is sad also because पहले क्या होता था, we didn't need to promote our shows well because हमें लगता है comedy का audience तो आ ही जाएगा. अब हम नहीं promote करते अपना show तो आते नहीं लोग because
The awareness you can talk about where it's happening, what is happening.
कैसे आ रहा है. हाँ, people are smart enough to decide कि हम कौन से show पे जाएंगे, उसके show पे, इसके show पे, ऐसा type.
So when it comes to Hyderabad, it was a challenging part for you to come in this city. As an IT guy, it's okay.
Yeah.
But to start your career for a stand-up comedian, if we talk about the Hyderabad city, how it is growing
I
up,
think
or how
it's
they are taking up this profession.
One of the best cities to do stand-up. One of the best audiences that we have in the country is in Hyderabad, and this is not only me saying.
Yeah.
Anybody, any comedian who comes from Mumbai, from Delhi, they have the same feedback that Hyderabad is one of the best audiences.
And you, I think, so many times in your shows you talked about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hyderabad in your comedy way.
I love Hyderabad. Because
Yeah.
see, I came here, it's been 11 years. I'm not willing to leave this place at all because I love this place.
I understand.
Same with
Yeah,
you and a lot of
yeah,
other
yeah.
people here.
Yeah.
So Hyderabad has the best audience, and we've grown with this audience. There are people in my shows now who saw me 10 years back also.
Yes.
They've seen me grow. They've been part of the journey. What else you want as an artist? That your audience is growing along with you.
And when the movies come, there was a recent movie.
Right.
So where one of the actor from Telugu, Naveen, is doing stand-up comedy. When you watch all these your roles on the movies, how you take it? Like
it is great. So Naveen also was part of our circle long back, and we knew
he must have come for the approach to learn, or the
he
tricks.
already knew. So he was already doing stand-up way back.
Okay.
And one of our team members in Hyderabad, the other stand-up comics, they've also helped him to hone the script and all also. But Naveen as an artist is a great artist, and he knew about stand-up. That's why he took that extra care, of the whole role that he played. It has come out so nicely on the screen.
Yes. So now I think nowadays you can be a scriptwriter also for the movies where those roles will be more into एक होता था ना comedy, तो stand-up comedy भी चलो will introduce in the movies.
Right.
So you think that future can be a cup of tea for you?
For me specifically, so I have never been a writer.
Okay.
Like, I don't even write my jokes properly.
Okay.
I frame it in my head a lot, but yeah, I'm more interested to read a script and make that script funny.
Okay.
उसको मैं tweak कर सकता हूँ to make some add some humorous angles and all. But for me, it's not a writer thing. But there are a lot of comedians in the country who are doing the writing
Yes,
thing,
yes.
and then getting absolutely splendid.
And there is sometimes controversy happen. You have to be very particular about the joke.
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
people take it so easy, and some people take it.
Yeah. So
Big
there
issues,
is no
yeah.
limit to it, and
Yeah.
we have also toned down a bit. To be honestly, I have no shame in admitting in front of the camera. We have also toned down a
Yes,
bit because now that I'm married and I have a kid, I don't want to take risks. I don't want
Yeah,
to be in
yeah.
jail for even half a day. I don't want that. And people do get offended.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying
They
these
get
are,
offended
These
sometimes.
are all the people who come to our shows. In our shows, 99.9% of people don't get offended with anything. But
Yes.
there will be always that 1-2 people.
You don't
like
know,
I was
one
doing a
person.
joke on my mom. He's like, how can you make fun of
your mom.
मैं कहा मेरी
मम्मी
माँ तेरा क्या जा रहा है
Wife का fun बनाते हैं and it happens.
that's
Yeah.
right.
So
So
like
that's
Kapil
always
Sharma
there.
show, we see it, he make
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
fun. So
that's what,
sometimes
yeah.
controversies happen.
Absolutely.
So recently you had this, like you said, mom.
Yeah.
Any other?
Yeah, with a politician.
Who was that lucky guy?
Not to be named.
Okay. So you
मित्रों
made,
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों.
so
No, but that
Yeah.
person came and he's like, I'm a huge fan of his. That part you made fun of.
So he
but
didn't
he
like
was
it.
fine. He didn't like
but
it.
मोदी जी ने आपको फोन किया ना, नहीं बेटा मुझे ये पसंद नहीं है. You from
No,
there?
so I'll tell you. So it's always the people who have the problem.
Yes.
If you meet these people, actors,
The
politicians,
celebrities, yeah.
they don't have any problem. They are the coolest people on earth.
Okay, yeah.
But their people always have problems.
Yes,
Same
yes.
with the
They're
actors also.
fans.
Their fans always
Yeah.
have these problems.
So who's your fan moment? Like they came to your show and you were sitting in your show and you were doing acting like that. Have you? It happened? And then he came here. You made good fun of me, and I loved it. It's happened in your
हाँ, ऐसे
life?
काफी बार because we do interact with our own audience.
Yeah.
तो काफी बार हम उनका ही like आधा घंटा उसी में निकल जाता है उनका ही like मजाक करने में ये वो.
Like
People take it.
I mean, some celebrity or politician, he attended your show and he come and complimented you.
Yeah, some of them. Like,
Yeah, they
there
love the
was
show and.
Prithvi Shaw आया था मेरे
Okay.
show में.
Who?
Prithvi Shaw is
Okay.
a cricketer.
Okay.
He came to this
Okay.
and I was doing cricket jokes on
Okay,
stage.
okay.
And then Mithali Raj, who's from Hyderabad.
Yeah, Mithali Raja.
She
You
had-
made fun on her also?
on cricket, on
Like
cricket.
cricket,
And she
okay.
told me, don't make fun of a woman cricketer.
And she was attending your show.
So
Okay.
that was fun.
Cricket.
तो होता रहता है moment.
Celebrity from Tollywood, which or Bollywood, something happened like.
Hollywood, like I don't remember if they've seen my show. They must have, I think, because I would have done.
You got any compliment or they come to you?
Oh,
or
so
you-
some of them had shared, like I think KTR had shared my video on Hyderabad traffic. I've been staying in Hyderabad for the last 11 years and I can proudly tell you, Hyderabad is one of the best cities to live in India. Because people are genuinely kind. The other day I was at the traffic signal, there was a car guy coming from this side, there's a bike guy coming from this side, very close shave, accident hote bacha. If this happened in Delhi, khatam. This is Hyderabad traffic, car guy coming from this side, bike guy coming from this side, very close shave, accident hote bacha. All that the bike guy did to the car guy was, that's it. All that the car guy did to the bike guy was, and I'm on my bike doing. And then the best thing happened. The car guy says sorry to the bike guy. He's like, "अरे बड़े भाई, sorry. Late हो रहा था थोड़ा सा. बिरयानी की दुकान बंद होने वाली थी ना, इसीलिए मैं जल्दी में था." To which the bike guy says कि अरे बड़े भाई, इतनी रात को कौन सी बिरयानी की दुकान के लिए, चलो साथ में मिलके जाते हैं. Trust me, these are random two strangers on the road bonding over biryani at 12:30 a.m. at night. This is Hyderabad for you. Hyderabadis are obsessed over biryani. They're so obsessed. Hyderabadis die, they don't go to heaven, they go to paradise.
That was gone viral again.
So
like a viral fever.
He liked it and like commented and all.
He like tweeted.
Yeah, on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. तो वो अच्छा लगा था. And
Personally, nobody calls you or come to your show or like.
अरे अभी तक तो नहीं आए हैं, but आए हैं, but I don't like, they're not that famous maybe.
Okay.
वैसा, पर आए हैं, काफी लोग आए हैं वैसे, and some of these people from Mumbai, Delhi.
Yeah. You keep doing your shows in Delhi, Bombay, right?
Across
keep
India,
traveling.
yeah.
So how they treat you? Like Hyderabadi munda आया, Hyderabadi का stand-up comedian है. They treat you like this or like what?
नहीं, ऐसा
You
नहीं.
represent Hyderabad, right?
So all of them know that I'm from Hyderabad, but on my Instagram, on my socials, I also play this guy from Uttar Pradesh.
Yeah,
who talks
okay.
like,
Okay.
So a lot of the people now know me as the UP guy because I stayed there for 20 years.
Okay.
So वैसा. So a lot of people like I do voices of Modi and Salman Khan. A lot of those fans come.
Really? वो नहीं देखा मैंने वीडियो यार.
Oh, is it?
यार सलमान नहीं देखा.
Please,
What do you do that? नहीं अभी लाइव है तो मैं वीडियो पे क्यों जाऊँ?
Like the way he opens like अरे आप लोग कैसे हैं? ठीक है क्या? So I do a lot of his voices, some acts around.
Have you got a chance to meet him or like?
Oh, never. I would love to. He's one of the coolest.
So he's your like idol or do you love him?
Not idol, but I love the way he is himself.
Personality wise.
He's one of the bossy. Like if you remove all the controversies around him, he's one of the what do you say? Like after Shah Rukh, I feel that he's the guy who's been there in the industry for so many years.
So one person you cannot make fun of.
One person, my wife.
Come on, yaar. I mean, in the show, you sometimes, some of the comments.
I do that a lot, and in fact, I released a video also on my wife and baby. And every time she's like, I'm not like this. You are making up shit and you're talking about me.
Okay. So you don't want to add up
I do more than
that. But personally hota hai na, like some people say, oh, he's my idol. I cannot make fun of him. So you have some person who's very
so there's only one because I love that person to the core.
Okay.
That is Sachin Tendulkar. So
Sachin sir.
So I have.
तो हमें उनकी comedy देखने को नहीं मिलेगी.
So although sometimes I try to make something funny about him, I don't do it from dil se. लेकिन नहीं छोड़ दो यार.
नहीं होगा.
Rather go to somebody else and make it.
Okay, so Sachin sir का हमें
मेरे से कभी हुआ नहीं. I'm not sure.
But you love him and you admire him. That's why you could not able to do it.
Absolutely.
So future plans किसको हैं? Like right now you're observing and next roll on.
No, मतलब जो भी आता रहेगा ऐसे मतलब it is like anything I might do a whole set around this interview. So for me whatever happens, in fact for every stand-up comedian whatever happens to them, that is part of they take it to the stage.
तो हो सकता है you can see a show on me, he's making fun of me. मैं एक रिपोर्टर से मिला था जर्नलिस्ट से नेहा.
So these days ऐसा हालत भी हो गया है घर में अगर वाइफ से फाइट हो गया ना, so in my head I'm fighting with my wife.
Okay.
And she's talking, but inside I'm like अरे ये तो स्टेज पे भी बोल सकता हूँ मैं, ये तो 5 मिनट मिल गया मेरे को.
That happens.
So everything is content.
So मीडिया में कुछ किया है क्या अभी हंगामा? मतलब उनके ऊपर कुछ आजकल मीडिया को बहुत ज्यादा हाइप कर देते हैं.
कभी जैसे मैंने
हैदराबाद मीडिया
हंस मीडिया के लिए शो था तो वहाँ जाके उनका मजाक उड़ाया था.
अच्छा तो तुम मजाक उड़ाते तो आज हमारा क्या मजाक उड़ाओगे बताओ.
इतना देर से वही चल रहा है.
अच्छा ये मजाक हो रहा है. So how you portray, you like the personalities or how you take it? कि किसी की पर्सनालिटी पसंद आई तो चलो इसके ऊपर कुछ वर्कआउट करेंगे. दैट वे यू
समथिंग व्हिच आई थिंक कि क्लिक होगा मुझसे, समथिंग अ वॉइस व्हिच आई कैन डू बिकॉज़ माय कॉमेडी इज मोर अबाउट my observations, my acting, my voices and all of that. So something which excites me.
So you watch Telugu movies as you are in Hyderabad?
No, so I've seen that like dubbed also. I see.
Who's your favorite actor? I would love to see that, yeah.
So initially
Salman हो गया, cricket हो गया. What about the Tollywood side?
The Tollywood side, one of my favorite actors has always been Rana Dhawal.
Wow. Okay.
Because I started watching his Hindi movies first.
Okay.
And I like his whole seriousness and poise which he gets.
Rana garu, ella naru, Rohit. Would you like to do something for him or a message or something? He would love
Definitely, sir. Big fan, and I hope I'm able to
do something for him. You're just talking like a normal guy. You're doing something
वो तो उनके सामने
normal. No, for something you can do it. Like something. He's also married, and a tip to a actor.
What tip I will give.
So you didn't met Rana till now?
Not yet. My wife has met him, but I have.
बैंक का काम करते हुए. She's a banker. वही. I mean the combination is so great. Like she's a banker, right?
Yeah.
And you're a stand-up comedy.
Yeah, तो वो घर चलाती है पैसों से. और मैं मस्ती करता हूँ.
So that's a very good point. मस्ती करता हूँ. Stand-up comedian, how professional? Like people are wanted to be in this profession. अब खर्चा पानी सबको चाहिए, right? Okay, permanent salary is coming, you get into that. But when it's come to these kind of high risk process where you can fail, you can go into a higher level. मनी वाइज कैसा रहता है? लाइक यू गेट पेड वेल नाउ और स्टार्टिंग में वही बच्चों की
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. Initially, obviously, initially in any art form, it is as difficult as being there. Any you be a pianist, you be a guitarist, stand-up comedian, an actor, an actress, anything. You are always starting out low. But then as you develop, go on, you will make. It is completely up to the individual.
I know
how they and that is true for all the professions.
Yes,
in fact.
true.
Everybody
Starting
in media, in a bank, they all start at a very basic salary, and then they take it. Yeah, there is that always that cushion of being in a regular salary mode,
stability,
which is not there with us. But definitely there is.
तो एक स्टेबल पार्टनर ढूंढ लें. That's better.
आप एक स्टेबल पार्टनर ढूंढ.
देखो मैंने लाइन दे दी तो मैं कॉमेडी को वाइफ चाहिए तो एक स्टेबल पार्टनर ढूंढ. So now the stand-up comedian guy should demand for a that a government job वाली चाहिए हमें. Like the demand comes from the always the girls side. So I think you guys must be more demand and then
कोई भी salary बस आते रहे.
So what was your first salary? Remember in IT when you joined your first?
My first salary was 16,124 rupees, something like that. Yeah.
What do you did with that?
I gave a gift to my parents.
Very good. What was that gift?
And then I called him up कि पैसा खत्म हो गया पापा वापस भेज दो.
वापस भेज दो. Okay.
Some clothes and all I sent to them.
So when you were working, like how many years you worked in IT profession, and side by you were doing your
worked for 8 to 9 years.
8 to 9, and side by you were doing your this profession also.
But now completely full time.
Full time you came. What was your first show? Money? How much you got?
First show I got paid 500 rupees and food.
Oh, 500 and food.
And food.
Food भी दिया.
And the event told me I'll pay you 500 and you'll get free food.
Free food, okay.
Yes, I'm
कितना
coming
खा लूँगी मैं, कितना खा लूँगा. So now how, like 500 से कितना ऊपर slab चला गया? I think थोड़ा एक motivation हो जाता है. Now you can take care of your family and
grow
well.
मतलब right now what मतलब if I have to
एक एमडी कमाता हो, चेयरमैन कमाता हो, एक स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन इज आल्सो एक्टर.
टीसीएस का जो ईयरली सैलरी था वो कभी-कभी मेरे को मंथ में आ जाता है.
आ जाता है आराम से. सो इट्स डिपेंड्स ऑन द शोज आल्सो.
It depends on the shows. It depends on the month. It depends on what I'm doing. There may be good months, bad months, very good, very bad.
It's just like a project, I think. The actor, the way you are one of the actors now.
Absolutely.
So what new? Like
nothing
for stand up,
new,
like people come to you and they ask you, sir, we want to be like you, and what do you advise them? Sometimes youngsters come
so the process always like
उनके parents थोड़ा suppress करते हैं, नहीं बेटा पहले पढ़ाई करो, ये करो. What do you advise them?
I strongly advise people not to give up everything and start this. Always have something on the side if you have something. If you don't have, fine, please come down and sit with us. But if you have something, continue with it, understand how good it is. Because eventually the more you do it, the better you become. It's like playing like cricket, right? अगर आप रोज बैटिंग बॉलिंग करोगे, eventually you will get better.
And you have to work on different themes also. I think repeated people don't want it.
Yeah, definitely. So right now I have 2 shows which I do.
Okay.
2-3 महीने में third show भी add हो जाएगा. So it's always what I can do the best. I show it to the audience. And audience को भी क्या होता है कि unlike music, अरिजीत को ये लोग बोलते हैं आओ हमारे घर और same गाना बजाओ.
हाँ, right.
Now for me, they will not ask me कि come here and do the Hyderabad वाला show. Because that they've already heard. हाँ. Now they want to hear something new from me. With musician, it's always like कि जो तुमने
गाया वही गा दो, हम happy हो जाएंगे.
But हमारे साथ ऐसा नहीं है. So we always need to work on the content. हमेशा active.
I think stand-up comedy people अपना दुख भूलने आते हैं. I mean, they feel connected with their situation which made fun of it.
Yeah,
like relationships हुआ,
रिश्तेदारी हुई. हमेशा they are always there to lighten up the mood. And ऐसे हमारे
मेरी वाइफ भी ऐसे करती है, मेरा पति भी ऐसे करता है. Like they connect.
कि अरे ये तो हमारे साथ भी होता है. And that is where the joke is always like because they can like relate back to the family.
That's a more challenging part for you, right? You need to open your eyes everywhere
and see कि क्या हो रहा है,
how people are behaving.
Audience भी जो shows पे आता है, जैसे एक couple आया था हमारे show पे, who just started like dating.
Okay.
They met on a dating app. उन लोग आए और वो फिर अगले शो में आए 6 महीने बाद शादी हो गया था उनका.
तो तुम्हारे शो में शादियाँ भी हो रही हैं?
शादियाँ भी हो रही हैं. फिर अभी 1 साल बाद आया वो एक बच्चा लेके आया. फिर अभी लास्ट हफ्ते
स्पॉन्सर बाय यू शो में
लास्ट हफ्ते आया था और शो को बोला
that your show made family छोड़ दी. So like all these on relation part, like nowadays we are like alone and social media phones have actually captured a lot. So how you connect, like people get time or phone पे नहीं देखते, that's a big thing. What I have seen personally, because when they go for restaurant or you know they go for date or with their family or get together, they're on their phone.
Yeah.
But when they come to your show, that's challenge that they should keep their phone aside and focus on you.
अगर आपके शो पे फोन देख रहे हैं तो फिर तो आप काम ही अच्छा नहीं कर रहे हो.
That's a very challenging part, right?
It rarely happens. Only once it happened that there somebody was taking an emergency call कि हाँ ठीक है मैं
हाँ उसका ध्यान तो उधर ही है.
तो मैंने बोला इधर लाओ फोन.
Okay.
मैं स्पीकर पे लगा दिया जो बोलना अभी बोलते हैं.
Okay.
So it
goes with the flow.
It rarely happens.
So next what topips you want to work on like in the future
shows?
There's
something coming about Hyderabad. I want to plan an entire show.
अभी तेलंगाना इलेक्शंस आ रहे हैं यार.
उसके बाद जो करना है.
अच्छा अभी नहीं
तो रैली में जाना पड़ेगा. इधर रैली में जाना पड़ेगा. आइए इधर जोक सुनाइए.
No, KTR has actually supported you. So what development wise something can be good, you know, you can compare it or something you are planning like what exactly?
So in stand up only I plan to do like different theme shows. I want 24 का plan है कि एक पूरा 1 घंटा का शो हैदराबाद पे रखूंगा. पूरा 1 घंटा इस हैदराबाद. So that entire show is in Hyderabad.
तो पूरा घूमा होगा यार, तेरे को बाहर ही जाना पड़ता रहता है. You can't sit at home and do all this. You need to go more out.
I'm always there in Hyderabad, no? Okay. So that's what. So and Hyderabad is such a.
So you must be roaming around more with your friends, I think, not in at home because you get your ideas from outside, right?
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. Family के साथ भी बहुत मिलता है.
अच्छा जाने देती कहाँ जा रहे हो या
टीवी में और इंटरनेट में ऐसा मत बोलिए, बीवी और पकड़ के मारेगी तुमने ऐसा बोला.
And you're a good father. I mean, how these guys like being a husband and taking care of a kid as a father. How challenging it was. उस पे भी फन बनाओ यार कुछ. कुछ father पे है.
हाँ, already मैंने काफी डाला था.
Okay.
Challenges of being an irresponsible father.
Okay, and a responsible father also. Like you have a very small kid, right?
2 years.
How she like take you like?
I think she's on the lines of becoming another stand-up comedian because the way she's behaving.
We need more of girls also in this future, like in the
we do have in this city also. Yeah.
But in Hyderabad, it's growing. It's like
absolutely growing, and there are very funny comedians who might not have videos online.
Yes.
But I always urge the audience to take a chance, watch any show on Book My Show or Insider, book those tickets, take a chance. You never know, you might end up watching a show for somebody.
I know.
जिसको 5, 6, 7, 8 साल बाद वो स्टार बनना.
Yes. ऊपर जाए नीचे जाए.
Somebody who saw me 10 years back would have never imagined me reaching this. जो कि मैं पहुंचा भी नहीं हूँ अभी. फिर भी whatever I have achieved. So it's always the journey which you know.
So who's next target of you?
कोई टारगेट नहीं.
नहीं मतलब किसी का फन या मतलब किसी सेलिब्रिटी या पॉलिटिशियन को you would like to next. You are using
ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. मेरे को जो आता है something happens in news, current affairs. So
अभी तक जिसका नहीं किया, you're planning. All politicians you did?
No.
सबके नाम ले लिए?
Now we are scared of politicians. Now we are scared of politicians fans actually.
Okay, that's true.
वो लोग कौन ना पहुंच जाए घर अभी.
Okay.
Sorry बोलिए पहले.
So which one is your favorite? Just I wanted something you can show it to our audience. A close politicians, you love him and you did something. You whatever like you feel like saying in your way, Rohit के way में.
Wait, I used to do Modi ji's voice a lot.
Okay. So recently कुछ बोलो ना, मतलब कुछ करके दिखाओ हमारे लिए special. अभी
इलेक्शंस में कुछ नहीं.
तो लेकिन पर्सनली लेटेस्ट कुछ हुआ हो जो आपको अच्छा लगा उनके, मतलब you watched the news and you love that, something you would like to do on that.
हाँ, मोदी जी पे था काफी की जैसे ना अभी like recently उनका और एक इटालियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर है. बेदर्दियाँ
ये सब बहुत कर दिया था.
So funny.
Yeah, they made it.
But see, we have a very cool prime minister who doesn't care about all this.
He's also love funny.
I'm sure उनने भी थोड़ा बहुत
देखा होगा.
वो इतना ज्यादा है कि उनका टीम वाला बोल देगा सर देख ही लो ना,
देख ही लो ये चल रहा है आपका.
आप भी देख लो. So they're very cool about it, which is what we want from our audiences. कि our people are very cool. It's just that some of them वो लोग थोड़े वो हो जाते हैं.
एक एक्टर का तो करके दिखाओ कुछ एंड करेंगे उसके साथ कुछ नया हमारे लिए. वो सिर्फ हमारी वीडियो होगी. कॉपीराइट्स हमारे होंगे. अगर रोहित भी अपने उसमें डालेगा हम स्ट्राइक मार देंगे.
One of my favorite actors is this guy called Pankaj Tripathi.
अरे I love him रे.
So I used to do his voice a lot. I'm not doing it.
मैं आज उन्हें मैसेज करूँगी, आज आपका कुछ कराया है. He is very good man. Yeah.
So his whole style is like कि देखिए रोहित, हम एक बात बता रहे हैं आपको, लाइफ में स्ट्रगल करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. स्ट्रगल नहीं करेंगे तो ड्रीम करेंगे बट आई ड्रीम नहीं करेंगे.
अरे वाह
something.
iDream में आना है तो बड़ा ड्रीम करो.
So I love that guy. And since I've heard so many times.
Yes. यार एक और कर दे यार. मजा आ रहा है.
New actor waiting.
Okay, one more.
Yeah.
कुछ तेलुगु का नहीं है, कुछ ऑब्जर्व किया हो तेलुगु में हो और उसके लिए कुछ हिंदी में?
ऐसा कुछ मैं ज़्यादा
You have watched all Telugu movies हिंदी में डब करके?
ऐसा कुछ मैंने देखा हूँ. I've always enjoyed, but I have never gone to that zone.
चलो one more actor, anyone you like.
अरे कर दिया.
Actress का नहीं किया.
Actress का आते नहीं मेरे को.
Actress will be feel यार क्या है मेरा नहीं किया.
I can talk like Neha. करो आवाज निकालो. But thank you so much.
No, I love talking to you. तो मतलब एक एक्टर पंकज त्रिपाठी का करा के हमें भगा रहे हो. वेरी बैड. आज मैं कॉमेडियन को हंसा रही हूँ.
Very smart.
So एक तो यार मैं नहीं छोड़ूंगी.
अरे मुझे आता ही नहीं.
मैं जिद्दी जर्नलिस्ट हूँ.
It's like he सलमान खान में भी I can do it.
अभी तो किया था.
I don't know other actor ने.
यार एक्ट्रेस ही ऑब्जर्व करते यार. तुम्हारी वाइफ को ये वीडियो भेजोगे मैं यू आर बिकमिंग लाइक अ गुड हस्बैंड. फुल ट्रिक है ये भी.
नहीं एक्ट्रेसेस का इतना मतलब इट बी अनफेयर.
व्हेन यू वर इन कॉलेज यू वर मच चेजिंग सम ऑफ द एक्ट्रेसेस. यार ऐसे मत बोलो प्लीज.
But I could never do their voices or something on them.
Or love their like Beboka, Kareena. You were never like had a crush on an actress?
No, always like still have.
बड़ा बात बोल दिया निकाल दिया मैंने. अब इसको वायरल बनाऊंगी मैं. So who was that like she name?
नहीं so like
अभी जो क्रश में है वो इम्पोर्टेंट है.
करीना कपूर.
Oh, I just said Bebo.
She's always, and I tell this to my wife. Like so, my wife is like she scrolls through Instagram. Like करीना कपूर का हर पोस्ट में रोहित स्वैन like रोहित स्वैन ये हर पोस्ट लाइक करते हैं. मैंने कहा यार अब 20 साल हो गए अभी भी. She must be also watching that. एक रेगुलर 20 साल से फैन. करोड़ों फैन में से. But we never know. So one line you would like to say for her, for Bebo. Just remain the way you have remained over these years. Okay. One of the best. And good. So what message you would like to get to upcoming comedians who are like becoming in the future, or upcoming comedians, tell to their parents a message? Upcoming comedians, please enter this art form and stay true to the art form and do it for the longest time you can do it, because this is stand-up comedy as an art form is one of the greatest art forms in the entire world. Enjoy the journey, that's more important, and obviously money and everything will come, but first of all it's important to understand. बोलो पैसा आएगा. पैसा तो आएगा बोलो. कभी आ जाएगा. कभी आ जाएगा. But enjoy करो अपने जर्नी. And what message you would like to give to yourself? जल्दी से. Message to myself is exactly the same. To enjoy the journey, to stay true to yourself, to stay true to the fans who come to see your shows live. Yes. And always be honest on stage. हमें तो खाली हाथ भेज रहे हो आप. Empty hands. वो तो इंटरव्यू था. एक स्टैंड अप समोसा. जैसे सिंगर होता है तो उसे हम गाना गवाते हैं. जब वो एक्टर होता है तो अपने 2 डायलॉग ही स्पीक्स. अब स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी वो क्या करेगा? तो मेरे शो पर आइए. चेक आउट bookmyshow.com for all my shows. So you don't want to end up by doing something for us? No. Nothing. For that you have to come to show. Back full चालू. If I do it, like अरे वही तो सुना है ना. अरे अच्छा देखो कितना चालू है यार. मस्त है. Comedians का दिमाग बहुत तेज है. I must say. That's why you guys are capturing the world of creativity. I must say. So in that interview, I really had a fun. And it was fantastic talking to you. More of success to you. More of interviews with me. Okay. Thank you. So I'm seriously saying that. Don't make these kind of faces, and don't take my comedy on any other show. Like मैं किसी पागल से मिला. नहीं. A journalist, we always like have fun, you know. So it's a great time, and it's a long journey for journalists and for a stand-up comedian. तो long life चलती है. बुढ़ापे में भी हो सकता है हम इंटरव्यू ले रहे होंगे एक दूसरे का के जर्नीज होती है. वो लहरें नहीं करती है. पैसा कम हो गया है क्या रहा है आपकी. Thank you so much, Rohit. It was wonderful talking to you. So it was a really relaxing, cool conversation with stand-up comedian with Rohit. For more updates, keep watching iDream, and for stand-up comedian, you can watch Rohit. For more updates, keep watching iDream. Till then, goodbye.